Crypto is a scam, we are going to zero, nothing is happening, your altcoins will never go up, they will just face endless chop. Bitcoin is going to $1 million, no one is going to buy altcoins because everyone understands that they are just money and value extractor, and people will just be buying into Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. Probably not that much. I think we're topping $6,000 Ethereum and nothing is happening right after that. We're at a pure desperation, pure peak bottom on altcoins and especially meme coins on Solana at this stage. And before I start my overview, I want to give you one piece of advice. If each and every time you actually feel the emotion of desperation, you will be damn rich at this stage. Today we're talking about Bitcoin. Today we're talking about whether or not Altseason is actually dying, whether or not Altseason is actually happening, because it might be very well cancelled. I will also prove Pengu scam out there. We will talk about Pengu airdrop, right? And we'll finalize with the overall situation on the marketplace. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's start. By the way, do you remember me screaming that meme coins are dead 3 weeks ago, especially the ones on Solana? I was called a clown. Who's the clown now? Let's talk about the asset that none of the altcoin holders have. Just think of the professionalism of the psyop that actually happened with getting people out of the Bitcoin holdings and focusing them on altcoins. And currently, we see a bunch of bullish news happening on BTC and nothing is happening for alts out there. I even started to think and consider myself that this range of bullish news on BTC, they might not be the liquidity creation zone for BTC. They might be the point in time to attract, to apply maximum desperation on altcoin and meme coin holders out there, but mostly on altcoin holders because a large portion of liquidity is located in altcoins. Bitcoin ETFs now hold more assets than gold ETFs. What a time to be alive. Does this mean official flipping of gold by Bitcoin? Not at this stage, but gold is the most ancient currency out there. Following some interesting ancient tablets, the currency humankind was created to mine and slave away for. And we are coming up with something like Bitcoin. Very interesting who is actually the founder of this thing. Latest, Donald Trump met with Crypto.com CEO Chris Marshallek. They reportedly discussed the National Bitcoin Reserve proposal and potential crypto-related administration roles. It's quite funny. It's like they gave money to Trump to win the election, and right now he's pretty much meeting with each and every person that gave him money, and he's making sure it's kind of like an order book. Like, what would you like to have? I would like to have a hamburger, a Coca-Cola. I would like to have French fries with cheese sauce and things like that. It's like he's taking orders from all these people, and he's trying to figure out, okay, like I can't do hamburger. I won't be able to do pickles. I already offer pickles to this guy. We will bring ketchup in 4 to 5 months. It's not the proper time at this stage. Coca-Cola will probably replace with Pepsi out there. So it's very interesting game at this stage from all these people that essentially supported him. And the situation is happening currently. Trump meets with Crypto.com CEO as firm drops SEC lawsuit. Very interesting because Crypto.com was suing SEC, right? And after the meeting with Trump actually persuaded them to drop SEC lawsuit, right? So he pretty much probably said that, hey, like SEC is going to be pro-crypto currently, no reason to sue it and things like that. Very interesting situation out there. Breaking. A first draft of an executive order for strategic Bitcoin reserve has been published. Retweet if you want Trump to sign this day one. Imagine BTC goes to $1 million and nothing has happened with alts. Absolutely nothing. I actually prepared to this scenario. Ansem is saying, out of all the bullish market scenarios, I'm least prepared for. It's probably this one where Bitcoin outperforms all altcoins for like 12 months straight as it did in 2017. Seeing Kobe this bullish is wild. If you think your alts are dog shit now, just wait till Bitcoin is $1 million per coin. Won't have to wait long. Crazy. I do think that most of the current market participants, they're just not prepared for this scenario. And the reason that people are not prepared for this scenario is because this was a very beautiful and professional work by market makers to make sure that people will give this thing away. They will give their BTC away, position themselves in altcoins, and yeah, like it's crazy. And altcoins, most of the alts are rocked in the first place initially because VCs, they have infinite supply and they can just be dumping for infinity out there. Very very interesting market setup out there. If BTC will be reaching these type of numbers, I would expect meme coins to do quite well. Something that will probably be happening is that it will probably be attracting more and more people into the marketplace. More and more people will be adding more liquidity into the marketplace, and some of this liquidity will be lost in meme coins out there. This is something that I'm seeing, although it's questionable at this stage. We kind of got this as a blessing in the first part of this cycle, right? Right now, it's questionable at best because so much money was extracted by meme coins from the marketplace. People kind of know that, like, they are very, very cautious with these things. Total crypto market cap is going to $10 trillion plus. Sideliners in disbelief. Yeah, this is this famous chart. This famous chart shows the top of 110k per BTC and I think 15k per Ethereum as well. Bitcoin's price is now 85% higher than when Germany sold it all for risk management reasons. Yeah, if you remember, there was a huge dump in summer, which pretty much was caused by Germany selling, and right now they're pretty much down 85% in comparison if they would just be holding, right? Crazy if you think about that. Justin, European MP says, Donald Trump will create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. What is you doing? It's time to change the paradigm and protect our people from inflation. Yeah, Europe was lagging thus far for quite some time, and it's usually lagging with these type of things, right? It's very, very interesting to see this change of sentiment right here as well. But usually Europe just following US just after a year or two, it will be happening as well, like 100%. Publicly traded Mara just bought 131 million worth of Bitcoin. Nothing stops this train. Yeah, it's almost like, well, this is actually the piece of news from December 7th, right? So, but yeah, it's almost like bullish news on Bitcoin, they just don't stop. They just don't stop, guys. And we all have to understand the reason why. Why they're coming out currently. Why they were not coming out when we were at $15,000 and $20,000. All these people who are controlling the markets, they have access to all these news outlets. Like, there is no issue. I was thinking that this is because we might be sitting in distribution zone for BTC, which means that larger people, larger capital are essentially trying to attract more liquidity into the marketplace, into BTC, to have someone to sell on, right? Currently, I also might be thinking that this might be like the last torture before really altcoin pump, right? So they're getting as much people as they can out of their altcoins. Marathon Digital transfers over 22,000 Bitcoin to new wallets. According to the All Daily Bitcoin mining company, Marathon Digital has recently transferred 22,000 BTC valued at 2.34 billion within the past 14 hours. These funds have been distributed across 14 new identified wallets and remain stored at these addresses. Currently, Marathon Digital holds 14,000 BTC, which is valued at around 1.54 billion. And you might ask, why I'm sharing this information with you? Who cares? And news like this, they pick up from time to time. We just had this type of news recently about BlackRock because people are cautious, as oftentimes it may essentially actually, because oftentimes it means that they want to sell. They're just transferring in a bunch of different wallets for people to actually be harder to track them when they will be selling, right? We've seen this with BlackRock. Currently, we see this with this company as well. Let's see. Kind of connects with this distribution phase outlook out there, right? But anyway, if BTC will be selling right now, if they were able to create enough liquidity for them with all this bullish news, altcoins should be running anyway. Justin, Senator Cynthia Lummis meets with Trump's new crypto Caesar David Sachs and discusses his strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. 2025 will be the year of Bitcoin. Again, guys, with each of these pieces of bullish news, just think, always think, why we're seeing this currently, why they're pushing this currently, why this news were not present on the marketplace when we were at 20,000 BTC. This is the core thing about these things. Rumors that the UAE now holds $40 billion worth of Bitcoin. Nation stats FOMO has begun. Obviously, if they hold 40 billion of Bitcoin, they did not buy it like last week at 100k a Bitcoin. They were probably buying it for quite some time. They have a range of Bitcoin companies in the city as well, in Dubai, in the country as well. Definitely been accumulating previously, 100%. And something very, very interesting about MicroStrategy out there, because it appears that it's not MicroStrategy pumping like the price of BTC. It's not like large funds and things like that. It's actually US government, because This article essentially, I will explain it simply, right? This article explains how MicroStrategy is able to buy BTC. And overall view on the marketplace was that they are probably selling the shares of MicroStrategy and they're using these funds to buy BTC, right? But the picture is a bit different. They are getting debt from the US government based on the value of their reserves. Reserves of the company are in Bitcoin. Therefore, they borrow the debt, they buy BTC, they pump the price of BTC, the value of the reserves becomes larger, and then they borrow more money and they buy more BTC. So it's essentially infinite money glitch if the price of BTC won't be going lower. At the same time, what we have to understand following this strategy is that US government was pretty much sponsoring the buys of BTC thus far. And like it's individual deal that they have, right? But many businesses, they have these type of deals. And like the amount of money they were borrowing, I think they bought $6 billion this year, right? And essentially they do plan to get $18 billion worth of more debt in, right? To be buying BTC in the upcoming 3 years. Although we do understand the higher the price of BTC, the smaller the impact of these buys moving further. So it's more like from marketing point of view, from narrative point of view, moving further. MicroStrategy is buying BTC, but I do believe that market will very, very soon price this thing in, if not already, because people are getting bored very, very easily in the current day and age. And now we are coming closer to the topic of alt season, something that everyone is waiting for out there. It's quite interesting that crypto Twitter was screaming about alt season, and crypto Twitter is oftentimes wrong on things. Then it's right? You do remember October? Everyone was screaming October, and initial several days we were dumping like crazy. And I was the only one who essentially screamed about the correction at the start of October. And I was also the only one who screamed about new all-time high in October, which almost happened. We were $300 short. But it's vitally important to understand whether or not the alt season is actually happening, what you should be doing currently. And I just wanted to add, we're definitely at peak desperation at this stage regarding altcoins. If you're holding alts, stay strong, just go take drugs, play World of Warcraft, jerk off, like don't focus on the market for these several days. And also I do think this is a very, very nice time to allocate, to buy. Low leverage. It's interesting that previously I was actually sitting on high leverage, right? I got stopped yesterday on some of my loans, and right now I entered with low leverage. Very interesting change of dynamic from this point of view. I think the last thing is just for them to pretty much liquidate me, right? And then we send right after, 100%. Right after, we are sending. Listen guys, if I'm wrong, you get to dunk on me super hard and I'll take it on the chin like a man. However, if I'm right, I'm going to be so unhinged that I'll quite literally offend everyone. Most important part, I make money either way. You should be positioned for this as well. This is the chart of BTC dominance. Something that this creator next is sharing is that we are actually going to the new all-time high on BTC, which means that, and like this drop of, and this like eventual drop of BTC dominance, which means alt season, will be happening in April. Crazy. Can you actually endure additional 3 to 4 months of BTC outperforming, only select few alts pumping, nothing is happening in the marketplace? Because this BTC dominance, it can easily be going higher just with strong correction. Can you actually endure 4 more months of range out there? Can you do this? It will be crazy. From my point of view, we have to take a look at the chart of BTC dominance, because I have to comment on the comment of this creator. I do think we are going to 59% for BTC dominance. We won't be essentially printing new top. I don't think that new top will be happening, and we will be reversing from 59% and going back up. So this price action on BTC dominance, I'm essentially seeing as a correction, this part, as a correction to this huge move downwards. 100%. This is how I'm seeing these things. BTC wise, I'm actually seeing that, yeah, we should be receiving a small bounce currently from these levels. I do think we are already partially in this bounce as well, maybe like 105. And then I do think we might be seeing a correction to $97,000, $98,000, right? Which would put us at the top for BTC dominance, which will definitely inflict much more pain. Well, not much more pain on alts, but there definitely more pain on alts than we essentially see currently. Although I don't believe that they should be dropping that much. I do think that a lot of them, they dropped significantly already, right? And right after, we would be pumping, probably with alts outperforming, or maybe like BTC won't even be pumping, we just stay in the range consolidating, giving some time for alts to essentially outperform and to pump as well. This is the overview that I'm seeing personally. I'm not seeing us going to the new BTC all-time high dominance at this stage. I'm not even like planning for this scenario, to be honest with you. It's great that these type of thoughts are common. It's great that people are talking about 1 million BTC currently and alts just never doing well. It's nice. It's exactly the sentiment that is needed in place in order for Altseason to start. Did you actually think that Altseasons start when everyone is screaming Altseason? Nah. Altseasons start when everyone is bearish, when everyone is selling altcoins to buy BTC because BTC is going to all-time high to millions of dollars and BTC dominance is actually going to set up a new high. This is when your alt seasons are actually starting. Sentiment wise, I like the current situation way more. Time to beat altcoins like your filthy Ethereum back alley slut who just chugged a 6-pack of liquid Viagra and Red Bull. Backer calls are quite nice if you think about them. Altcoin season index 59, so we're essentially back down, right? And like this chart actually might look like a correction. Like I'm just seeing it reversing from here and setting up new high. This is something that might be happening at this stage, right? And it's interesting that like current moment on this chart, I absolutely see as the local bottom. Very interesting. Yeah, I think just by charting this chart, do you actually have the option to put on a larger time frame? No, I don't think I have. This is January 2024. Yeah, so this is the full year. You can actually also see cup and handle. And my view right now is that we are at the bottom of the handle following this chart. Crazy to think that. I think this chart is very, very similar to the total free chart, 100%. Let's put it on the higher time frame. Let's check out what is happening right now. Yeah, we're at the bottom of the handle. We even set the bottom of the handle already. When it actually happened, like it's a crazy week down. 11, yeah, it happened on the flash, right? Very interesting price action, very interesting situation. But you know my thoughts, guys. If you were buying each and every time when you felt desperate, you will feel fucking rich. And especially if you were selling each and every time you were feeling euphoric. Crazy. Feels like Max Payne for memes here. 100% Max Payne for Solana memes, right? And some Ethereum essentially as well. But I'm not seeing memes outperforming. I'm not seeing memes outperforming short term. They might pump. But yeah, guys, like I've been screaming about meme coins being dead for like 3 to 4 weeks already. And like I got such a backlash initially, like so many people stopped watching, unsubscribed. What is with your memes currently? How your memes are doing currently? Guys, what is happening? Unfortunately, alts are not doing very, very well at this stage, right? So I can't say like it would even be better if alts started to outperform. Well, at the same time, if we check out coins like maybe like DYDX, Sushi, like AVAX, Link, so these type of coins that are focused on pussies out there, that are easier to buy for pussies because they cannot see the future, they don't have the vision, they're not focusing on human greed, and that's why they are fine with making less money because they can't see the future and they can't take the risks, right? These type of coins, they outperformed. They're up 2, 3, 4 axes from the bottoms, right? So from that point of view, I actually was right, but I did not make much money, obviously because I got liquidated, and because I'm actually betting on the low caps or low cap altcoins. And this is essentially the last part. This is the part where a bunch of people will be entering that part later when they will feel risk on. And I feel risk on currently because I do understand in order to make nice amounts of money in this market, I have to change the behavior, to transfer the behavior, and I have to be risk off when everyone is risk on. I pretty much was right with this behavior lately, but I was wrong with being risk off when everyone is risk on. I did not set even like stop losses. Crazy to think how much money was lost and how better I would be doing currently if that did not happen. BTC dominance is testing resistance at 58% and rejection from here means a mega alt season. We can see bounce in alts post FOMC meeting today. Yeah, this is actually a huge narrative that is happening currently, that this might be just an FOMC meeting dip, right? And once we are clear with this, we should be sending. We'll see. It might be happening. Why? Because the sentiment is very bearish at this stage. Alts are doing very not well currently. The cycle is repeating. Alt season has already started, but the full alt season is yet to start. Very genius overview of BTC dominance, but actually it's quite nice. It's quite nice with the highlight of this green area, which was a consolidation plus correction of the first initial BTC dominance movement. Although if you would focus on 2021 cycle, we can definitely see that this thing was happening for quite some time, right? And these are weekly candles. Are you ready, guys, for BTC dominance to go sideways in this range for 2 months? Are you actually ready for this? Because we are going sideways for 3 weeks only. This thing is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2.1 months out there. 2.25 months to be correct, right? Crazy. The real altcoin season is coming in 2025. Since the start of the year, 20 of the top 50 crypto assets by market cap have outpaced Bitcoin's impressive 124% gain. Recent data from CryptoQuant indicates that altcoin trading volume is not driven by BTC pairs. This implies real market growth rather than asset rotation. Healthy signal as well. As mentioned in some of the previous videos, I was saying that the current pumpage on alts was happening not because people are rotating out of BTC and buying alts, but because people are allocating stable coins that they had. They're pretty much coming to the market with new cash, waiting to make some money in the markets. Unfortunately, market makers decided to rope everyone and just drop the market and just take all of the liquidations out there, right? Some more information, the ETFs, what are they doing? Maybe they are buying BTC. Maybe they're selling the Ethereum out of Ethereum ETFs, signalizing that the market is not going anywhere and we're in BTC only cycle, right? Bloomberg Analysis expects a wave of cryptocurrency ETFs next year, including Solana and XRP funds. Might be bearish for Ethereum long term, right? But my bet that until this will be happening, Ethereum will already reach escape velocity. This is the word combination, right? We expect a wave of cryptocurrency ETFs next year, albeit not all at once. First out is likely the BTC plus Ethereum combo ETFs, quite interesting, so people will be able to buy into them and allocate into BTC and Ethereum at the same time. Definitely helps, like the fact that they're saying this definitely shows that the growth for Ethereum is planned, 100%. Then probably Litecoin, because it's fork of BTC and a commodity. Litecoin is being used as a payment coin out there, like it's really coin, like it's not like alt projects, it's really coin. Then HBAR, because no label security, that's one is interesting. And then XRP Solana, which have been labeled securities in pending lawsuits. We are GCF in his outlook today, which you can find right here. Great piece of news. SEC Chair Gary Gensler to step down as Trump signals pro-crypto agenda. Piece of older news, right? We essentially know this at this stage. He is essentially expected to leave on January 20th, which is the day of the inauguration of Trump. It's very interesting that Arthur Hayes, who is the previous CEO of one of the largest exchanges in crypto, he's actually expecting crypto market to drop heavily around Trump inauguration date, just because he would expect the market to price in the fact that Trump won't be able to do all the changes as fast as he was promising in the first place. And probably he would be focusing with some other things out there. It definitely does not show with the fact that he's like doing meetings with the CEO of US exchanges and he's talking about crypto like a lot at this stage, right? But we'll see what will be happening with this one. I did plan to take some profits around 20th of January, or at least set up some stop losses, right? If I will be in profits. And I plan to be in profits as well. Coming back to Tether. Tether invests in MiCA compliant stablecoin issuer Stabler. So the thing is here is that Stable is actually launching stablecoin based on euro. So not only on the US dollar, but on euro as well. I think this is essentially their step up in the fact that US exchanges actually removing Tether, and they want the whole stablecoin essentially volumes to be focused in dollar out there. Like it's a very interesting thing why they are battling in this way, right? Because I do believe that Tether might have some connections to China out there, although it's like a European company in the first place, I think. So yeah, like this is the way we're seeing this, right? They started to ban Tether from the US, and Tether starts their own euro-based stablecoin, right? And Europe is quite a large economy, as the combination European Union, quite a large economical bloc out there. Yesterday we also did have the launch of Pengu, which is a meme coin around Pudgy Penguins NFT collection, right? And we are seeing some proofs that there was something scammy happening around this launch. So this guy is probably not connected into the team. This is just something very, very interesting that happened. This guy bought $6 of Pengu and turned it into $87,000. Someone purchased $6 worth of Pengu before the main liquidity pools launched on Solana, then added it to Radium, paired with $1,100 worth of Solana. Multiple users trying to snipe Pengu's launch swapped into his pool and bought tokens at highly unfavorable prices, earning him a profit of $80,000 in Sol and Pengu from this position. It's very interesting that it actually could have been like a counterplay by some of the members of the team to like screw up all the snipers out there. Very interesting. Someone turned $10,000 into $3 in seconds by buying Pengu, an absolute 14 trillion market cap. One of the snipers, most likely. Steve Aoki spent 38 Ethereum for Pudgy Penguin today. Pengu. Whether it's a FOMO or just a paid thing to like push the price of this thing, but yeah, not a good sign because I think Steve Aoki is a celebrity, right? 8 million followers, not a great sign. It's like Justin Bieber buying Bored Apes last cycle. Pudgy Penguin was trading as if the only reason it went up is because everyone was trying to get the airdrop, and now that the final exit liquidity event is over, there is no reason to hold a useless JPEG anymore. Yeah, the price is dropping heavily, and yeah, almost 2x down. Yeah, 100% it was a liquidity grab. Like it was kind of obvious in the hindsight. It's crazy. So unlocks. We also do see that 70% of the supply was released at this stage, which is kind of nice and bold move by the team in terms of essentially letting like the whole supply of token out there like right away without the option to dump anything in the future by the team and insiders, although I do have a feeling they have enough, right? And there's also a Pengu cluster that was selling Pengu in $300,000 chunks, right? Cluster is essentially a combination of wallets that are connected to each other on chain. And usually they're connected to the team, to the founders of the project. And we see crazy amount of Pengu tokens, 200 million, that are left here at this stage. Absolutely mental. And if they were selling already, that means that they will probably continue to sell as well. So be very, very careful with this one. As usual, just wait for the dip. If you would want to buy, I won't be doing that. I won't be suggesting that. Some people in some charts that I'm in, they essentially mentioned like this feels like a local top, which in the hindsight it definitely was because market dropped heavily since this launch essentially, and it was a huge liquidity grab as well. We'll see how this will be happening, but what if this is actually a nail into the coffin of meme coins out there? Like these valuations, they just don't make sense. They just make zero sense in the first place. Well, it's just great because real products with real teams, with real investors, with real users, with real product market fits should be going higher. And I am positioned, fortunately, in some of them at this stage. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned. Let me know what do you actually feel on the marketplace currently. I'm interested in your feelings, in stuff that you feel emotionally, because this is the most important compass that we have. We just have to concentrate our emotions, right? Because oftentimes I was FOMOing on leverage and I was losing this money. And each and every time I buy in desperation, on desperate emotions, it turns out to be nice. And right now is exactly the time where people are feeling desperate, where people are feeling tired of the price action in altcoins currently. And I really changed my thought process that I thought that all these BTC news, they were to create liquidity at these levels to distribute. 100% this is something that's happening. But at the same time, this is probably something that's happening to get people out of their altcoins finally, eventually. We still should be pushing 1% higher on BTC dominance out there, right? Which is also a very, very interesting narrative by itself, right? Imagine us 1% higher in BTC dominance than currently. It will probably be through a correction. So BTC would be like at 97, 98K. I hope your alts will be doing well. I wish you a good fortune in battles to come. Stay healthy and rich. See you tomorrow.